So here we are with the third phase of Sahajara to address the most pressing question Ayurveda doctors encounter. This remarkable event is proudly conducted by Kerala Ayurveda Limited, a distinguished name in the field of Ayurveda that has been pioneering this medical science for 80 years. As a part of Kerala Ayurveda's 80th anniversary, the company aims to conduct panel discussions all over India in different zones. This event, conducted at our own Singara, Chennai, is the third in the series, preceded by the events held in Kochi and Bangalore. Meetings like these are not just significant, they are vital for evolution and advancement of Ayurveda as a legitimate medical science. They provide a platform for practitioners, researchers, and students to share insights, discuss innovations, and collaborate on efforts to uplift the practice of Ayurveda in contemporary healthcare. Furthermore, this gathering serves as both a reality check and a guiding light for all doctors and medical students in attendance. It is also an opportunity to reflect on the practices and methodologies we embrace to challenge our understanding and to inspire our commitment to enriching this wonderful science of Ayurveda. Together, let us explore the potential of Ayurveda, bridging the gap between Ayurvedic wisdom and modern healthcare. Thank you for being part of this extraordinary occasion. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to Sahajara. As we commence our program, it's my honor to invite a remarkable panel of professionals to the stage. Please welcome Dr. Madhusudanan C., Dr. K. Anil Kumar, Dr. Srivat Senvi, Dr. Nimin Sridhar, and Mr. Vivek Sundar. As we gather in this moment of unity and purpose, it's befitting to begin our proceedings with a prayer invoking blessings and guidance for our journey ahead. I invite Jayashree M., Chief Scientific Officer of Kerala Ayurveda Limited, to deliver the prayer.
Sangachadvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janatam. Sangachadvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janatam. Deva bhagam yatha purve sanjananamupasate. Deva bhagam yatha purve sanjananamupasate. Samaniva akoti samana hridayaniva. Samanamastu omano yathava susahasati. Yathava susahasati. Sangachadvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janatam. Samvo manamsi janatam. Samvo manamsi janatam.
Dignitaries, practitioners, researchers, students, dear friends and colleagues. What is Sahajara? You'll be seeing this quite a lot in all of the speeches, and you may know then there is a herb named Sahajara. It also means to travel together. But what is it that we are trying to do here? It's not a CME, it's not a seminar, it's not what you call a session or a class. I would like to think Sahajara to be like a stimulus. You call it Chodana, right? and a response to stimuli is one major sign of life itself. So Sahachara is a stimulus, and what is it stimulating? It is supposed to stimulate the professional existence. We are also existing, we are living a two life, like the personal and the professional. So this is supposed to stimulate our professional existence to the core. And because of that, we have kept it what I call bidirectional introspective system. That is, it has two main directions, and it is mostly intended to enhance or invoke that internal contemplation. One of that direction is to look at core issues, problems or challenges that the industry face as a whole. There are issues at that scale. So what we do for that is we identify topics and we create or we form a panel around it. And these experts would look at this problem, they would brainstorm on it, they would put all the facts in front of you. Thank you. They would put all the facts in front of you, and they would have this deliberations on it. They would iron out all the creases of confusions and misunderstandings regarding that topic. You would also get this opportunity to interact with them. And to conclude, they will put forward action points, actionable items, which we will process it further and put it back to the industry. So that is one direction of Sahachara. The second one is more towards the foundational pillars of this industry, which are, of course, students and practitioners. The first half, yes, it would take a longer time, it would take a lot of effort, but we also wanted Sahachara to give you some instant value. It's all well and good to have a lot of thought exercises, but when you leave today's event, we would also want you to take something which you can put into your daily learning and practice as early as possible. So the second direction is towards that, the individual student and practitioner. So that's why we will have a session from a subject matter expert today, I will be welcoming one and all. So this is Sahachara in practicality. So let me jump right into the duty that I am assigned, is to welcome one and all. Kerala Ayurveda was found 80 years back by a visionary Vaidyan called KGK Panikkar. And the pillars upon which Kerala Ayurveda stands today was built by an equally visionary son. Someone who has a very nuanced insight regarding the trends and talents. So he is very good at identifying what is new and what should be happening in the industry. And he is also quite efficient in identifying talents, supporting, nurturing them, and giving the best environment for them to work and produce quality outputs. The Executive Director of Kerala Ayurveda Limited, Managing Editor of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidyam, I welcome Dr. K. Anil Kumar to preside upon today's events. As I said, the panel discussion is a key aspect of today's session, and we have all the experts and eminent persons gathered here because of one main name. There was a family event in which a lot of people from Chennai joined, and when they learned that I am coming to Chennai, one of the first things that they said was, "Oh, you're going to Chennai, so there is Dr. Madhu there. He was, my Vaidya, he has healed me, so you should definitely go and meet." And to them I said, he is our chief guest of this event, and they were all very elated. So I can safely say that our chief guest is not only the face of Ayurveda in this historical city, he is also part of the history of Kerala Ayurveda. Because the Chennai Center was led by him for more than a decade, and personally I'm looking forward to know him even more from the fronts of his contribution in ISRO and the Kudi Praveshika project. So we are very delighted to have Dr. Madhusudanan as our chief guest. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. The panel today is led by Dr. P. Chandramouli. You know, Vaidyas, until we were doctored into this square boxes of what we call clinics, Vaidyas were mostly itinerant, right? Even Charaka, the word Charaka comes from itinerant Vaidya. And historically, if you look into books and other literature, these were one of the two categories who would keep on moving. One are the astrologers, and the second are Vaidyas. They will all carry a book and they will roam around. So Dr. Chandramouli is somebody who has kept that tradition alive. He has traveled across 16 countries, treated tens and thousands of people, and all that insight and wisdom that he has gained, you can see it in Coimbatore Ayurveda College. We had this fortune to be there. We are also really glad that the Smart Herbal Garden project, where we have QR code enabled herb labels, was recently commissioned in that college. So you can see his prudence over there. And personally, I'm also really acknowledge his efforts to decode Snehana. I don't know if you have read that book. It's a phenomenal book, an insight on Snehana. So a special thanks for that also. I welcome our moderator, Dr. P. Chandramouli sir, to this event. Our guide, mentor, and moreover, a very close friend, somebody who is the final word of Marma Shastra now, and also an agriculturist to the core. If you visit his place, you would come to know that. Dr. N.V. Srivas is, in addition to all of this, the chief editor of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidyam. On behalf of the entire Vaidyam team, I would like to welcome Dr. N.V. Srivas to today's Achara. So when I came to know that there is a new Kerala Ayurveda center coming up at Post Garden, it's a very beautiful place, and a Kerala Ayurveda clinic is coming up there. So when I came to know about that, I was, not very sure if the CEO of the company would be agreeing to join this event, because that's also happening in parallel, and that would be something that they would be neck deep in and busy with. So when I sent out this invite, he not only said that he is prioritizing this, when he learned that there is this session on application of Marma aspects in Apyanka, he said, no, I would not miss this for the world. So that is the CEO of Kerala Ayurveda for you. And we are having mad respect for him, because we would spend hours, that's something really big for somebody at that stage, spending hours with our team, learning products, learning services. I also see a lot of senior doctors, my seniors, special invitees who we have a very good connection for a long time, because Kerala Ayurveda, like I said, in its 80 years of time period, have built a lot of networks. It's really heartwarming to see some esteemed dignitaries, adept practitioners, great scholars in this group. I welcome you also to the Sahajara, Chennai. And of course, the panel. I'd like to say that, Chennai was more like a uncharted territory for us, because we work mostly from Kerala, Kochi, and being a young team, mostly, that we couldn't get a lot of networks. So it was with the help of a lot of like Srivas sir and Dr. Divya, we were able to group together a panel. So when we looked out, when we sent out message that we are creating a panel for this discussion, we sent it out to multiple people, and almost all of them came out with the same names. So that was quite inspiring, because everybody knew who would be, what would be the topic and who would be the best people to deliver that. So I'm, with great pride, I would like to introduce the panel. Welcome Dr. K.T. Jagakrishnan sir, Dr. S. Bharat Narendra, we have Chittaranjan Dasu sir, and Dr. P.A. Sudhir, and of course Sri Verma, Dr. Sri Verma. So this is our panel for today, and I know this is your turf, so introducing you at this point would be kind of an overkill, and regardless, all the profiles will be detailed when the panel is starting. So welcome all the panelists to Sahajara. We took almost 3 months, Sahajara kept on rescheduling because Chennai was having vacations, and I learned that even now most of the colleges, they're still in vacation, and of course it's also a holiday, so it's really crazy to conduct such events on a Sunday for students. But regardless, I see that there are a lot of young faces smiling right back at me, and this, I have to tell you, is so inspirational, because end of the day, all that we are doing here is for you guys, because we want that seed to be planted within you and evolve into your own individual perfection of whatever aspirations that you have in Ayurveda. And I am pretty sure that there is that opportunity, that opening. So please be with us throughout, and it will be your energy that will decide how good this Sahajara is going to be. And yeah, also I would like to add that Sahajara is not a monologue, a series of monologue. So as soon as this inaugural is over, you would be going into a more interactive mode where we encourage. In fact, we push that you be active thought leaders instead of passive, silent witnesses. I've been to numerous Ayurveda classes and sessions, and this is a common trend. So we need to break that, so that when we go back home, we can say that Sahajara Chennai was and will be the best Sahajara that we have ever done. So are you guys with us for that? Oh, nice. Thank you. And in addition to the guests, we don't have to welcome, but still I see a lot of Team Cal in the group, and I have to tell you, many of them have traveled long distances to be part of this, and we are a group with 40 plus doctors in the system, but unfortunately we cannot converge all of them here, but I know they are all here with the spirit and wishes. We have Dr. Hemant, who is heading the clinics and health services. We have Dr. Jayashree, our Chief Scientific Officer. Dr. Adarsh, who is Head of Medical Excellence, should be joining us. We have Dr. Sukrita, and of course Dr. Rahul. Rahul is our product manager. He would be introducing some awesome Kerala Ayurveda products in the second half of Sahajara for you. And we have Dr. Dinesh. He has put a lot of effort to bring this in. And the sales and marketing team, I have to tell you, phenomenal work. They have given us great support so that this is really a very pleasant experience and a learning opportunity for all. Last but not the least, the organizing committee. I know you guys would be scattered, but at least stand up or raise your hands so that everybody can see you. We have my teammates, Dr. Amrita, Dr. Dev, Dr. Mahesh, Dr. Maya, Dr. Neetu. There was Dr. Sharanya. She couldn't make it because she fell ill at the last moment. And we have Vasu, I cannot see her from here, Dr. Vasundhara, who is our senior sales manager. So welcome you guys, just for the sake of official. Welcome to Sahajara, and let's have a rocking session. So once again, I would urge you to continue this connection. We meet and then we go to our different places, but not let that happen with Sahajara. Our aim is to have that retained community where, even the previous two Sahajaras, we have that group with us. There is question and answers, there are discussions, there are sharing of a lot of things. So I hope that continues with the bond that we have created today. And I do apologize if I have missed out anybody. Once again, welcome everybody. I wish everyone to have a great time of great learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Niman. Let me briefly tell the founder of the Dravya app, but for us at Kerala Ayurveda, Dr. Niman is a true leader who heads our MedTech department and is the executive editor of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidya magazine. He is also the recipient of the Excellence in IT Award by Ministry of Ayush. So thank you, Doctor. Thank you once again for your welcome. As we celebrate the 80th anniversary of Kerala Ayurveda, I can't help but think about our guiding light. This company would not have been possible without a strong foundation, a legacy that shaped us for the past 80 years. Dr. Anil Kumar led our company through a transformative journey, guiding Kerala Ayurveda Pharmacy Limited into diverse sections such as healthcare, research, sales, and education. His visionary leadership has not only driven growth but also positioned the company as a publicly listed entity. Dr. Anil Kumar established our entire chain of clinics, founded the renowned Ayurveda Gram Wellness Center in Bangalore, and developed a state-of-art research and development faculty. So, Dr. Anil, welcome.
Thank you, Dev, for that beautiful introduction. Namaste to all of you. I bring greetings from Kerala Ayurveda to all of you present here. Of course, today, as he mentioned, this year we are celebrating the 80th anniversary of Kerala Ayurveda Limited. This was a long journey, and I'm the elder son of the founder of Kerala Ayurveda, Vaidyan K.G.K. Panikar. So this process of conducting Sahajara, Dr. Nimin has explained it. Basically, we want to have a discussion, deliberation with all the doctors throughout India to understand what is their need and the requirement, and also provide support to the practitioners. That's the major agenda behind this. So, Sahajara is the third leg. This is the third leg happening in Kerala Ayurveda. The first one was in Cochin and the second was in Bangalore. This is the third leg. So this process we conduct basically one major discussion on research, and also we also have a CME on clinical subject in every deliberations or in the conferences. So we plan to have this conference throughout India, and we'll have a finale in the December where we celebrate it in a big manner, the 80th anniversary of Kerala Ayurveda. So today, as you all know, the subject is very interesting subject. We continue to maintain the same subject, which is a thought-provoking one, which will give a lot of contemplation to all of us to understand the way forward for Ayurveda, for the research in Ayurveda. When we talk about research in Ayurveda, a lot of controversies are there. A lot of the senior people still believe that research is not required in Ayurveda. But we strongly believe that research is required to validate. We all know that, we all believe in Ayurveda that the Ayurvedic fraternity believe that Ayurveda is fully developed. We know with all the concepts, fundamental concepts like Tridosha, Dadus, Ama, all aspects of concepts and theories, we know that it exists and we practice with that knowledge. But how can we validate and strengthen these concepts and these classical principles and put it forward to the modern world? That is a requirement of the day. That's what I believe. So that's why we have been talking about this research. Is research in Ayurveda a white elephant? Interesting subject. So we'll have a lot of discussion in that. Basically, if we see, there are two major areas in Ayurveda, research in Ayurveda. One is theoretical research and the other is clinical research. Theoretical research, basically, we should cover this fundamental knowledge and especially the theories and the concepts. But as an industry, I don't think we alone will not be able to do work or research on this and come out with a more strengthening and validated information of these concepts. So which requires participation from the senior scientists as well as I would like to say the collaboration with the university is not happening now. So the collaboration with, this should be a tripartite collaboration with the Government of India. Ayush is supporting a lot in a big manner for the research activities and for the growth of Ayurveda. But all these three unity has to come together. Basically the industry, university and Government of India, Ayush. Then only this will grow further. So the basic fundamental theory is one area. Then the clinical research. Clinical research again, we need to look for all the aspects like right from medicines, practices, plus protocols, procedures, everything covers this clinical aspects. So in this part, again, even if Ayurveda is a specialized medicine, we need to have a good refined protocol for many of the serious diseases. Of course, everybody is developing good protocol, but there is not a consensus among all the doctors. So that is also a major area where I think we should look into it. Again, specialization. I talk in all the meeting that the youngsters should start specializing. Even if they are only graduate, they can think of having specialization so that they can grow much better with more knowledge in all this particular subject with more, as well as in modern knowledge. So this is very important. So these two areas are the major research aspects. I'm not going in detail to the areas because we are going to have a very good panel here to discuss on the research. So finally, we will be having this throughout India. We are planning for the next conference in Pune. And once we complete this circle, we will come with a consolidated, valid paper to recommend the Government of India and to the fraternity that this is the right way of going forward with the research. And this has been developed through all the discussion with all the senior researchers and scientists throughout India. So that is the final objective. So we have, we have the senior panelist here today, and the chief guest is today Dr. Madhusudanan. He's been associating with us for a long time. More than 30 years he was with us, and he has supported Kerala Ayurveda for the growth of Ayurveda in our company in Chennai. And he's a prominent figure, and we are lucky to have him today to be the chief guest and inaugurate this function. Thank you, Dr. Madhusudanan, for coming and accepting our invitation. We have Dr. Chandramouli, our principal, the famous Ayurveda College, Coimbatore principal, Dr. Chandramouli. I'm very happy that Dr. Jayashna sir is here. A long time I am seeing him. He's a renowned guru for all of us. And thank you for coming, sir. We have Dr. Bharat Narendran and Dr. Sudhir. We have Dr. Sri Verma. Thank you, sir, for coming. And Dr. Chittaranjan Das is present. I think he has not come so far. So very good, renowned panelists are there. So basically research provide a crucial role for the purity, quality and efficacy of the drugs, that we should have that final objective will be to reach at that level. So let us hear from the distinguished panel today, and let us see what they have to say and their insights and recommendation for the research. With these words, I conclude. Thank you all of you for your attending. Thank you very much.
Dr. C. Madhusudanan, a distinguished Ayurveda physician with over 4 decades of contribution to classical Ayurveda, clinical practice, and research. Dr. Madhusudanan began his career in 1978 at Aryavaidyashala, Ponnani, and soon joined the Aryavaidya Pharmacy, Coimbatore, where he worked closely with the legendary Dr. K.S. Warrier. There, he served as a research medical officer in a WHO ICMR project focused on Ayurvedic treatments for rheumatoid arthritis. Between 1991 and 2006, he served as the chief physician at Kerala Ayurveda Limited, Chennai, where he played a pivotal role in clinical development and integrative Ayurvedic care. In 2007, he founded JM Ayurveda Arogya Saukhyam and JM Kerala Ayurveda Specialty Center in Kilpak, where he continues to serve as the chief physician, furthering the mission of Ayurveda with compassion and clarity. Dr. Madhusudanan also spearheaded a Kudi Praveshika project in 2004, reviving this ancient Rasayana protocol in a modern setting. I welcome you, sir, to the stage.
Namaste to all of you. Very happy to be here to inaugurate the Sahachara function here. It's okay. Respected Dr. Anil sir, dignitaries on the dais, and to the Ayurveda family present here today. My humble pranams. It gives me an immense pleasure and a deep sense of honor to stand before you today as the chief guest for the event. I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me for putting together such a meaningful platform for academic exchange and professional growth. Events like this are more than a formal gathering. They are celebration to our shared commitments to health, to knowledge, and to the timeless wisdom of Ayurveda. My association with Kerala Ayurveda, more precisely with Anil sir, dates back to 1991, when he entrusted me with the responsibility to head Kerala Ayurveda at Chennai. My practice literally started there. My training prior to that under Dr. K.S. Warrier, who was one of the doyens of Ayurveda, molded me into the physician that I am today. From my experience under him, I personally feel that there is a need to practice and mold oneself under an experienced physician once you get out of college and before pitching into practice. This will help understand how to treat and, more importantly, handle patient, which by itself is an art. We are now standing at a powerful intersection where in one hand we feel the pressure of modern lifestyle, like chronic diseases, stress, over-medication, etc. And on the other hand, we have Ayurveda offering balance, clarity, a path to true well-being. Today, many international institutions are exploring the Ayurvedic principles recognizing the value of holistic, sustainable health system. Though many researches are being done by various institutions, many of them are not in the right direction, as it needs to be. In my opinion, research needs to be directed more into our treatise to decipher the complete knowledge, like unexplored formulations, especially in the present times where there is a dearth in the availability of many raw drugs, rather than creating new formulations, patents, etc. I am not an advocate of patent medicines, though I use and find effective many of the patents of the Kerala Ayurveda. We do not require many medicines for our practice, as over the years of our practice and gaining experience, we can narrow down to smaller yet effective prescriptions. We now, as an Ayurveda fraternity, have a responsibility to present Ayurveda in a way such that it maintains its authenticity and also meets the rigor of evidence-based practice, which may sometimes be necessary in the present scenario. Research, clinical documentation, and interdisciplinary dialogue may also be necessary to such scenarios in which I had partaken, where a research study by WHO ICMR on the efficacy of Ayurveda on rheumatoid arthritis way back in the 1980s. Also, a research on Kudi Praveshika. Both studies had eminent Ayurveda and allopathy fraternity and were well documented research. Of course, there were challenges, and any research mold is bound to have its own set of challenges. So my message to the young professionals in this room is this: the path may not be easy, but it is definitely meaningful. Thank you once again to the organizers of this for this opportunity. I wish this event to be a great success, and I also offer my best wishes to all of you participating. Thank you.
Thank you. With immense pride, I welcome Dr. N.V. Srivaths, Chief Editor of Vaidya Magazine, to deliver the Chief Editor's address and review of previous zones of Sahajara.
சென்னையில் வந்து பேசுவது ஒரு அன்பான விஷயமாச்சு. Respected Managing Director of the Kerala Ayurveda Limited, esteemed Dr. Anil Kumar, today's chief guest who received the honors, Dr. Madhusudanan, Mr. Vivek Sundar, the CEO of KL, and my colleague and friend, and all in all of the KL Vaidyam, who gave the welcome address, Dr. Nimin. All esteemed panel members, Dr. Chandramouli, Dr. Bharat, Dr. Jayakrishnan sir, who is my senior brother, I can tell, Dr. Sudhir, Dr. Verma, and all my REV colleague, Deshika Jarilu madam, and all who have gathered here. Welcome to Sahachara, Chennai edition. As already discussed, any Shastra grows when we discuss lively about the theoretical part of it, practical part of it, and the further research part of it. And so we all have gathered here. Especially I am happy that so much of, every time I call them as my dear students who have gathered here from the various colleges of Chennai. We have gathered here, as you know, not to celebrate just the 80th year of the founding of Kerala Pharmacy, with which I am very happy to tell that right when I budded out as a graduate or a postgraduate, it was KAL which prompted me and gave me stages and was all along with the growth of my personal growth and whatever I can do for Ayurveda. It was a great visionary, this one, that you don't live for yourself, and whoever has learned Ayurveda will know that he is living for the sukha of others also. So that's what has been aimed, and I was also glad that actually I am doing the so-called naming ceremony or something only. The team behind whom you saw now, who have revived after the management has revived the Vaidyam, KL Vaidyam, which was a flag bearer magazine, started and edited by my mentor and Dr. Jayakrishnan's mentor, Dr. C.R. Agnivesh, who was a thought fountain in Ayurveda. I was very glad that I was destined to be in that shoes, and whatever is being done is that what is useful for all the sectors of the people who are catering or who are to be catered by Ayurveda. You can see that in the first Sahachara, I remember the question that whether it is a research journal, peer-reviewed research journal, or whether it is a popular journal which is sold in the usual bookstalls, where it stands like. We can very well tell that KL Vaidyam addresses right from the client who is in front of you in your clinic, to the clinician, to the student, to the researcher, to the one who is archiving on what is available, what was available in Ayurveda earlier. And this has made it a rainbow of information, not just information which turns you, which gives you more knowledge, and which also is thought-provoking. So that is the basic thing, basic ideology. And every issue, I believe that there is a work of like it's a baby. It is conceived, thoughts are conceived by the team and those who are behind it. And I tell that there is a Garbhadhanam which is going on. And then from that Garbhadhanam, there is the Garbhani Paricharya. It is every other second week, fourth week, it is reviewed. And until it comes in the form of a journal which we can be proud of. And that is KL Vaidyam. And you can see that, you can go through that. There is a thematic approach for that. We had last two issues. Last was on breastfeeding and the importance of that. Now, this time we have come out with a very, very emerging topic. I remember that 30 years back when we were talking about sports Ayurveda, it was food. What Ayurvedic people have to do in sports medicine. What has marmology to do in sports medicine? These were the questions. But I am happy that with perseverance, now it has come to a situation where it is accepted and it can grow into, it can be refined into a special subject, an advanced subject, and I am happy that it has been included in the recent BAMS syllabus in the Shalya Tantra as a topic for discussion also. And there is electives also going to happen on that. So this is what in KL, through Vaidyam, through all the activities, what is envisaged, put a thought towards the development of Ayurveda for the future, and that is what is aimed at also. Today I am very glad that there is the young crowd which is there with the ready to listen to the experience of the elder generation, and that's what will happen with the seated information, knowledge, wisdom transferred from this general and from the senior crowd. If the juniors take up, there will be a good future for Ayurveda development in many ways, integrating with whatever we want in our modern life, integrating in such a way that we don't lose the tenets of Ayurveda, but we are with the crowd, moving with the crowd technically. So in the Vyavahara we will have to make changes, in the Tattva we will have to be staunch, and in the Shastra whatever the current this one is required, that we will be adopting, and that is one example is this KL Vaidyam which you can go through. I think you will all enjoy reading it, as well as I humbly request that you all can subscribe, and the future issues also we will take care that it serves your need and of good reading and enjoyment. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. Welcome all once again for Sahajara. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Vivek Sundar, CEO of Kerala Ayurveda Limited, to deliver the felicitation.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome. Good to see that since I'm the last speaker, by the time most of the seats have gotten full. So, question, how many of you are students of Ayurveda? I mean, all of you were students of Ayurveda, but how many of you are present students of Ayurveda? Okay, so about 1/3 of the population. So, it'll be good for you to know that I'm not part of the esteemed teachers group and the esteemed doctors group, but I'm part of your group. I'm still a student of Ayurveda. So I'm sort of on your side and sort of receiving the wisdom from the great doctors, teachers, practitioners that we have. So I am personally very excited with the two things. One, of course, the fact that we launched this edition of Vaidya with sports Ayurveda, because it very easily could have been my photograph instead of this AI generated, I think it's AI generated sort of picture. Is real? Okay, it's a real photograph, but it could have well been my photograph. So I do play sports a lot. In fact, when Dr. Srivats was saying, what is the connection between sports and Ayurveda? I was basically, I agree with him, but I was thinking to myself that nearly all the sports that I've played through college, I must have represented school and college and state in at least 5 sports when I was growing up. And in no place in any of those would we have the space for Ayurveda when I was growing up. Now this is 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's very sad because actually what has happened is that some of the sports that I'm continuing to play these days, clearly the body is not as fit and as capable of playing sports as it was 40 years ago. So I end up having sports injuries, right? Some of it is also because you don't do the right kind of preparation. So I had one such injury recently, which was actually in sort of common parlance, it's called frozen shoulder. Many of you will be familiar with that. It's adhesive capsulitis. And guess what the common sports doctors told me I have to do? I did go as an instinct. You have a problem, you go to the hospitals, and guess what? Especially to the students of Ayurveda here, what do you think they said if you went in with a sports injury called frozen shoulder or with crepitus, so adhesive capsulitis? What do you think they told me I have to do? The students were there. What do you think the typical treatment provided? And anybody can speak. The students are feeling embarrassed, or it's a Sunday morning, they've had a late Saturday night, it's okay. Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're only one step away from surgery. Ma'am said surgery. It's like one step away from surgery. They said you can do some physiotherapy. They gave some topical analgesics, which is literally just to numb my pain senses. And then they said, like, one step away to surgery. But the step before that was even more dangerous, which is they said you can put some steroidal injections and so on and so forth. And I'm sitting there and thinking, hang on, I have a problem, but I'm not sure I want to go and do surgery. And the principle, my father, by the way, is an allopathic surgeon, and one of the things that it says is first do no harm. And I don't understand how jumping to surgery is ticking the box of first do no harm, because the first harm you are doing is that. So I kind of, we had a new doctor who had just joined us close to our office in Bangalore, about 2 kilometers away. So I ended up just speaking to him, and he said, you can come every day for 21 days and we should be able to speak. But, like a typical humble Ayurvedic doctor, he didn't give me any confidence that I will be perfectly okay and don't worry and everything else. He was like a typical Ayurvedic doctor. In fact, he was invoking God also, with God's blessings, it'll be all right. But because I've been in Kerala Ayurveda, I know how the Ayurvedic doctors are. I was very confident that it will be good shape. So every day I would finish work around 6 o'clock. I would, instead of driving back home, I would drive via the clinic and spend an hour, and I went through 3 procedures, okay? And so obviously the first procedure was the lemon-based procedure. Many of you will be familiar. It's Jambira Pindasvedana. And then after that, the next stage in Malayalam, it's called Pirchil. I think in Sanskrit, it's Ekangadhara. And then after that, it was finished off with this lovely red rice, Navarakri, right? And at the end of that 21-day procedure, he said, give it 1 month and then you should be fine. And 1 month later, I went back to the squash court, which is the sport that had actually caused the injury, and I served. And the service was the problem because I had to serve above the hand. And for 1.5 years, I wasn't able to serve like this. I would serve from below. And I was able to serve. I was very tentative because you know how a child who's not able to do that, I served. And then I was perfectly fine. And then after that, I went to the gym and I was perfectly fine. And I went back to the orthopedic doctor and I told him, looks like nature has solved it, right? And he looked at me and says, no, nature cannot solve it. I said, no, I'm truly telling you nature has solved it. He thought I was talking about it naturally got solved. And I actually explained to him the process. And I said, you're a doctor I respect. You're a doctor who is one of the most renowned doctors in Bangalore. How come you didn't tell me that I can get treated? You're not beholden to any religion called allopathy or Ayurveda or anything. You're beholden to the fact that you are here to treat me. So how come you didn't tell me that there is a solution available and you didn't jump me to surgery and stuff like that? And because he knows that I'm, not disrespectful of him, he actually said to me, at the age of 55, I have a lot to learn. I would love to learn a little bit more about this. He's studied abroad, so he has no exposure. And so I said, okay, then wait for a while. Let me convert all of this Sanskrit and Malayalam stuff into common English. And then I will come back to you with modern information, research information on what really happened during each of the 3 phases, as a result of which I got cured. I took it upon myself to do some homework. So obviously this poor team gets the brunt of it. I give them a task and I say, I need for you to decode in modern scientific parlance, including modern scientific terminology, data sets, etc., what really happened as the result of which there was such a miraculous cure that not just me, but so many other people have gone through. And so that's a challenge now. I didn't do it just to suit that one doctor's request, who's of course a very good doctor. But to say, if we are able to do this, then we are in a very practical way able to demonstrate that there's a whole bunch of things. It's complicated. It's a set of 3 treatments that can actually work. So I definitely don't believe that research in Ayurveda is a white elephant, because white elephant, as the name suggests, is expensive, it's painful, you don't want to do it, people question whether it is a good use of resources. That's the definition of white elephant. I personally don't believe it's a white elephant. I think it's a lifeblood. If you, as a industry, are doing research because that's just how you are, you're just a science and evidence-based organization, you just happen to have been born 5,000 years ago, then I do think that you guys who are students will basically be not considered sort of second-class citizens, because I don't personally like it at all as a non-doctor to see this sort of second-class citizenry that exists, not amongst you guys. I know you're proud of what you do, but amongst the so-called uneducated public about there being a sort of a tier, and I don't think it's right. I think it's both, have a role in society. So I am big supporter of not just Vaidyam and Sahachara and everything else, but most importantly what you do on a day-to-day basis. So please keep doing it, and you will find lay people like me who are not doctors being cheerleading from the surface, because we are your biggest fans, and you must do a lot more of what you do. So thank you for your time.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, our esteemed guest, distinguished panelists, honored speakers, and all the participants here. Very good morning to all of you. He called me a guru, but I think I'm not old enough, to become a guru if you see me. But still, I have, teaching experience. I've taught some of them. So yeah. So it's always a very proud moment for me to attend gatherings like this, like professional gatherings like this. Because when we are interacting with passionate professionals, we get this kind of intellectual energy, right? Like we may be practicing different clinics, sitting in one room, seeing patients, talking to bystanders and everything. But when we come to such gatherings, that sense of intellectual energy hits us really hard, that we get that sense of motivation. Today all of us, I'm sure all of us, including the students, will decide that, okay, I want to do research in Ayurveda. I'm going to change this topic. Research is not a white elephant. But we tend to forget it the next day morning, right? Right, students? I know that most of you must have attended, even including me, I'm not questioning you, but I have attended hundreds of CMEs. But after the CME, the next day, that goes from my mind, and I go into that regular routine where I become a bit of self-centered, or maybe selfish a bit. And this comes with a sense of responsibility, which we shouldn't forget at all. Because that sense of that responsibility is much more than what we realize. And we should be ready to take up on our shoulders, and that's how we can progress Ayurveda. Otherwise, Ayurveda cannot progress. It will stay where it is because we are responsible for that, right? So that sense of responsibility, or that sense of a bit of guilt, should be there in our mind, which should be motivating us rather than all these, energy that is coming up. So let's carry this energy forward. So whenever I teach my students, I always tell that you have to ask questions. You have to find out reasons for things that are mentioned in text. Usually what we do, students, I can see most of you laughing, because I've also done this. We put some fancy codes or, these songs and things for slokas. We gulp it down. We don't know what it is. We cannot explain it to people, not even in the modern way, nor in the Ayurveda way. So we actually are blind, and we just want to focus on that particular exam. I know that exam is very important, but still, that has been the practice. And when we are out of that college, as I said, when we are sitting inside the room, single, without anybody to help us, then we are in trouble. So what happens? That trouble forces us to forget that holistic approach what Ayurveda preaches, and we tend to go to that reductionist approach where we focus on symptoms, right? And that doesn't give us any results. And that is how reductionism has come into the field of Ayurveda. And that is why we are very much struggling these days. Actually, many people believe, when I speak to modern doctors, I have a huge community of modern doctors as my friends. So when I speak to them, they tell me that you lack evidence. You don't have that, pinpoint thing to say that this drug is acting in this format. You don't have that. You're not confident enough to say that. And Ayurveda is against research. Then how are you going to try? That's the question we all are facing. But actually, Ayurveda is not against research or all these things, these contemporary research methodologies. Ayurveda is against reductionism. Or maybe research has to evolve in such a way to accommodate the holistic principles of Ayurveda and explain the complex principles that are, very practically seen and practiced in today's life, right? We lack that language, we lack that terminology, we lack that communication skill to prove that Ayurveda is effective. And again, that becomes our responsibility. And I'm sure you all must be able to relate to this, that how you struggle to communicate. Agree? How many of you agree with me that you still struggle to communicate? I'll raise my hands with, no doubt. That's it. And that is why Kerala Ayurveda is on a mission. A mission where we are trying to preserve, disseminate, and celebrate the richness of this ancient knowledge. But at the same time, we are also trying to evolve, expand, and adapt it to the modern world in all ways possible, in ways of communication, in ways of scientificity, in ways of research, and everything. And that is why Vaidyam has come up with such a provocative theme for a panel discussion, is research in Ayurveda a white elephant? That's equally provocative and introspective as well. Because when you think this is the scenario, and you might think if research is not benefiting the ground level participants of this community, then what is the use of research? We are not talking about, we are not going to, at least, most of us are not going to get involved in these collaborations and everything, what is happening in the international levels. We are at the ground level. And if research is not useful for the ground level practitioners and students, then what is the use of it? And that's how this question came up. And we decided to take up this question. So I remember in the initial discussion when the team Vaidyam was discussing about what to give it as a topic for the panel discussion, we thought that this is very basic and at the same time controversial. And also we found out that this is very relevant as well. This is not only basic, this is very relevant as well. So we thought, okay, why not we start from the basic, valid, controversial and relevant topics. So that criteria was satisfied with this one topic here, and that is why we took this up. So I'm sure that we all will carry this motivation, this energy what we have, this enjoyment what we have, and also carry the sense of responsibility from today onwards to our lifelong and be a smallest part. If you can contribute in a minute way possible, even that will help in the progress of Ayurveda. So let's promise that and get into my duty. Is that okay? Thumbs up, everyone? Yes. Thank you. So yes, in the interest of time, I'll get to my duty bestowed upon me, which is to deliver the vote of thanks. I express our deepest gratitude and heartfelt thanks to our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. C. Madhusudanan. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here and gracing this occasion, and also for your inspiring words. And as Dr. Nimin said, almost everybody we spoke to know Dr. Madhusudanan, and they were eagerly asking us, is Dr. Madhusudanan joining for the meeting? So thank you so much, sir. It was an honor to have you here today. Next, comes the brain behind Vaidyam, the man who conceptualized Vaidyam. The man who has a very clear foresight and who keeps motivating his team of doctors and staff to always achieve new realms of knowledge. And he is none other than Dr. K. Anil Kumar, Executive Director of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidyam, Kerala Ayurveda Limited, and Managing Editor of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidyam. Thank you, sir, for always your unwavering support. And a very special thank you comes from the bottom of our heart to Dr. N.V. Srivals. He is so special to all of us. He is the guiding star of our group, actually. He's the chief editor of Kerala Ayurveda Vaidyam magazine. And it's because of your constant support and innovative thoughts that Vaidyam is here today in your hands. You can see it. It's very innovative. And, we have followed all the basic principles as well, just because of his guidance and support. So thank you so much, sir, for everything that you're doing. And this one is very special because it comes from the bottom of our hearts to our CEO, Mr. Vivek Sundar. You must have got the energy that he has disseminated in his room while delivering his speech. And that is the kind of energy we get every day. And we are very grateful for that, for your strategic foresight, I would say. And thank you for being a part of us and guiding us. Thank you so much. Thank you to our moderator, Dr. Chandramouli. And our panelists, Dr. Sudhir, Dr. Bharat, Dr. K.T. Jayakrishnan, Dr. Chittaranjan, and Dr. Srivarma. We are all ears for the enlightening discussions that you're going to conduct on stage soon after this. To see how we can come up or unfold the solutions for this particular question. So thank you so much for joining us today. A heartfelt thanks to Dr. Nimin Sridhar, who is a very true leader in all sense. I know this may not be required, but it's required very formally because it comes from the bottom of our hearts. So thank you for being, again, one among us and being there throughout and being a very wonderful leader for us. Thank you so much. To our advisory board and senior practitioners, and to all the doctors and staffs of KL, your guidance has been our beacon of light. We are immensely grateful for your mentorship and for all the support that you have extended. A heartfelt thanks to our publishing team, designers, and all those who worked diligently to bring this whole magazine series into life. So that is one unheard or untold part of the story. They have helped us a lot in giving this magazine into your hands. So thank you so much, team. And a huge shout out to our amazing and energetic teams. You know, for something to become fruitful, you need a team who has that energy in them. And we are blessed with such a team. So thank you so much, Team Vaidyam, for all the dedicated work that you are putting, and for all the energy that you are disseminating, and for trying to bring that sense of responsibility to the entire Ayurveda community. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Team Vaidyam. Also, very special thanks to Dr. Vasundhara, Jayashri, and Dr. Rahul for pitching in and helping us whenever and wherever we were in need, because we had some emergency. One of our team members could not join as she was not well, all these people came in and gathered together and said, no problem, we are here today. And also Dr. Sukurta. I'm very sorry if I'm missing names. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. And especially to our organizing committee, thank you for the seamless execution of this event. And I would like to extend my gratitude and thanks to all our invited guests and special invitees and everybody else who has accepted our invitation today and blessed us with your presence today. Thank you for being a part of this special occasion. And before I conclude, I again would like to apologize if I missed somebody. And this one point I'd like to reiterate is, let's make sure that today's discussions are not ending in this room. Let this echo in your classrooms, in your OPDs, in your research settings, and also in your policy discussions, in the policy discussions which institutions are making. And because Ayurveda doesn't just need more research. We have research happening. It needs more of basic, better, braver, and more relevant research. And so let's together, explore whether Ayurveda research is actually a white elephant, or whether we need to learn how to tame this magnificent creature and take it into a better position so that we can unfold meaningful and sustainable healthcare solutions, right? So yeah, so I'm just sowing that seeds of thoughts into your minds and concluding the formal inauguration session today. Thank you once again, one and all, for joining us today. Thank you.
The event which I had came, it's like called as Sahachara. It's conducted by the Vaidyam. They had introduced their new magazine which given information regarding the sports medicine. And here I came. It's very valuable as I am a PG scholar, so it's give too much of knowledge about the Ayurveda. And they're having a panel discussion about research in Ayurveda. So we need a research in Ayurveda to give more proof like allopathy medicine. So it's very informative. And again, the CME is conducted on Abhyanga as well as Mama. So it's very good and informative for each and everyone. Like for Ayurveda students, non-doctor also, I came here to attend this CME. So it's very knowledgeable. It's give too much of new information about Ayurveda as well as other things.